You ever feel like AI music tools are just guessing? Like you type a prompt, cross your fingers and hit generate and hope it lands somewhere near what you imagined. Sometimes it works, but most times it doesn't. And then you're stuck rewriting prompts, searching for examples, jumping between ChatGPT, Gemini, and the actual music app just to get something usable. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why I wanted to test Meloty.ai properly from end to end. Because this one doesn't act like a slot machine. It behaves more like an assistant that actually listens. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire process, from idea to lyrics to style to a finished track. And I'll show you why this feels very different from platforms like Suno and Udio. Let's jump straight into it. Firstly, lyric generation is a black box. You never really know why you got the result that you got, and trying to fix it always feels random. Secondly, prompts are exhausting. You end up Googling best AI music prompt, copying stuff from Reddit, and then pasting it back and forth between ChatGPT and the actual music app just to get one decent result. Meloty was clearly built to kill that workflow. Instead of forcing you to be a prompt engineer, it works like an agent. You simply describe what you want in plain language and the system will figure out the rest. From your lyrics, the structure, the style, all in one place. No tab hopping and certainly no Frankenstein workflow. So here's how it actually works. I start with a simple idea, just a mood and some direction, but nothing too fancy. A rap song about breaking up with your girlfriend. What can we do for mood? Sad and angry. Once I have my prompt like that, I'm gonna come over here to this arrow and hit generate. Meloty then generates 3 lyric versions all at the same time, each powered by a different model, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok, and you immediately can see the difference in the lyrics once it's done generating. For example, lyric A is generated by Gemini, and it starts by saying, rain hitting glass, wipers moving slow, street lights blur, gotta let you go, right? Those are the first 2 lines by Gemini. And then lyric B is by ChatGPT. It goes, cruising down the avenue, stars overhead, city's heartbreak thumping, black thoughts thread. Jumping onto lyric C, which is by Grok, you'll see it says, cruising through the city lights, rain on the windshield, heart heavy like the bass, can't believe it's real, you know what I mean? If you notice, the ChatGPT version seems a little bit more structured and it's more focused on rhyme patterns. Gemini leans a bit more poetic and smooth, and then looking at Grok, you'll see that it's more conversational, but it's also more edgy. This is also why Grok often works for rap or more aggressive, edgy genres. It has fewer content filters, so it doesn't sound off the sharp edges. And this is the first big win for me. I'm not stuck with just one answer. I get real creative choices. For this track, I'm going to choose the Grok version as the base because it feels the most natural for what I'm doing. I'll say something like, make verse 1 more emotional, and hit enter and see what it does. To make this clear, I'm going to put the original first verse here so that we can compare with the refined version and see the changes that it's done. The first iteration starts as, remember nights we stayed up late just talking on the phone. Now I'm staring at these texts, feeling all alone. You told me he was just a friend. I shouldn't even stress, but you was laying in his bed wearing less and less. The refined version goes, street lights blur as tears sting my eyes. Memories crash like waves. You and him under the midnight skies. Thought we were unbreakable, forged in passion's fire, but you shattered it all, turned our love into a funeral pyre. What? That is more intense. What's important here is that it understands intent, so you're not just rolling the dice again, you're actually refining. You can clearly see the difference between the original version and the refined version. It's the same idea, same structure, but there's more emotion and clarity. At this point, it feels less like prompting AI, but more like giving feedback to a collaborator. Once the lyrics are locked in, Meloty suggests multiple style directions that actually fit the song. I'll pick the one that matches the mood that I want, but before that, I'm going to enable pro vocals, and then I'm going to select moody trap rap for night drive breakup feels. Once you've selected like that, you want to hit create. Now, why is it important to enable pro vocals? Well, pro vocals uses a much higher quality vocal model that's much closer to studio grade vocals. If you really care about realism, this is the move. Behind the scenes, I'll actually generate a few more versions and curate the best ones. Because let's face it, with AI, it's sometimes hit or miss. But when it hits, it really hits. While it's generating the others, I'm just going to listen to the first generation. I'm loving the beats, let's go.
Cruising through the city lights, rain on the windshield, heart heavy like a bitch, can't believe it's real. 146 beats per minute, pulse racing wild, breaking free from the lies, leaving it all behind. Street lights blur, as tears sting my eyes, memories crash like waves. You and him on the midnight skies, thought we were unbreakable, forging passions fire, but you shattered it all. Turned our love into a funeral pie, best friend. More like a dagger in my back, twisting slow.
Hey.
Whispers in the shadow, secrets that cut to the bone. Fall like on my soul with words I cannot see. Now I'm driving alone, haunted by what we used to be.
Damn. Damn, I'm loving that. What? The fact that we just prompted the lyrics like that and it created something this fire is crazy. Damn. Say you don't want vocals at all, Meloty actually has a proper instrumental mode as well, which is perfect for background music, YouTube content, beats, and ambient or cinematic tracks. I'm going to use the same prompt or idea that I used earlier so that we can just quickly generate and see how it works. I'm going to paste that in, and then you want to click here where it says instrumental, right? And then you hit the arrow, let it generate. Once it's generated, you can still use the agent to further refine the instrumental. So for example, I'm going to click here R&B, I'm going to click dreamy, melancholic, sentimental, right? Add piano instrument there, synthesizer, acoustic, electric guitar, some strings and saxophone. And then it asks you how many versions you'd like to create. There's 2, 4, let's say 4, and then I'm going to hit create. It's going to create 4 new versions of instrumentals for me. I actually like this one. Dang. If you notice, it's the exact same workflow, it's just without vocals this time. Now that we've done vocals and instrumentals, let me show you the custom lyrics mode. Once you've selected create like that, you want to hit here where it says custom lyrics, and then you want to type in your own lyrics. So I wrote a few lyrics here, walking down the sidewalk, looking at the sun setting slow. I really didn't want to talk, but you've got the key to my soul. I'm going to select here my agent, I'm going to select Gemini, I'm going to select ChatGPT as well as Grok 4, and then it gives you 3 expanded lyric options based off of just that little piece of lyric that you gave it in the beginning. So essentially you can bring in your own lyrics and Meloty is going to help you refine them, generate alternate versions, and you get style recommendations that actually fit your writing. It simply allows you to keep creative control, but you're not doing everything alone. And once again, like we did in the beginning, you're going to select the one that suits you the most. I'm going to select Grok because I like how Grok writes. And you can use the agent here to refine the lyrics and improve the overall song. One detail I really appreciate is that everything is saved properly. I mean, it's not just a messy list of audio files, but an actual history of all your ideas. You can always jump back, regenerate versions, and even click directly on lyric sections in the timeline, enabling you to navigate the song. That may sound small, but it makes the whole experience feel like it was made for creators like myself and not just demos. The biggest difference with Meloty is this: it doesn't try to replace your creativity. You're not fighting prompts, you're not guessing why something worked, you're simply just guiding the process. And because it integrates multiple top-tier models into a single workflow, you get the best parts of tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, as well as Grok, without doing all the manual glue work all by yourself. If AI music has ever felt frustrating or random to you, this feels like the reset. If you want to try Meloty yourself, there's a link in the description with 30% off. But my advice is simple: treat it like a creative partner and not a generator. And if you made it this far, hit that like button. Seriously, I want to see how it affects this video's reach. Lastly, subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. Hit that bell notification so you're notified when I drop another video, because I'm focused on tools that actually help you build creative systems and not just shortcuts. Peace.